Gentlemen of the crypto space, a couple of crazy things are happening over the next 48 hours. One of those things being the FOMC meeting, where obviously the interest rate will be discussed. And the reason this is so important is not because they're going to say something crazy, but it's more so important along the lines of, well, most likely the interest rate is not going to change. If it does, it'll most likely move the market significantly. So that is obviously a pretty big deal, because if everybody says nothing is going to happen and something ends up happening, you can already expect some crazy carnage to happen. But having said that, there's, for example, this very well-known markets guy. He's called Jim Cramer. And I've got everything on a little iPad here on the side. He basically just said the market should look to give up some gains ahead of what could be tumultuous pronouncement. And that basically means if he says right now that the market should be looking to give up some gains, that some crazy bullish times are about to come. And I'm very excited for it. Now, I'm very excited about a couple of different things, and there's actually a lot happening in the crypto markets right now. But I'll quickly state one thing. Right now, I'm going to be doing a $200 giveaway of XRP over on X. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you just go over there quickly to check it out. And also, if you're not done yet, make sure you give my Instagram a little follow, because I've not been posting too much on there, but I want to change that. And right now I'm in the Maldives, and I definitely think a couple of cool pictures or videos could be coming from there. So if it's something you're interested in, make sure you check it out. Really, you can see the reflection of me right there. A couple of really crazy things are happening in the crypto space right now as we speak, and I bookmarked a couple of them. So first of all, there's some massive discussions going on right now about some liquidation event. What does that mean? Well, I made a video yesterday talking about a massive whale, right? Basically, a person who opened $300 million worth of a Bitcoin short, and there's basically an entire hunt for this person's stop, or basically to liquidate this individual. And you can see CBB and a couple of others came together to basically hunt this person down. As you can see right here, a group of whales, Justin Sun, CBB, Shoko and stuff, came together to try and liquidate this whale. And at the same time, the whale deposited significantly more money to basically make sure that these guys lost. So it was kind of like a little war going on. And most likely a couple of other people also joined in, enough either to hunt the whale or to hunt the whales that are hunting the whale, right? So this is, again, a group of whales that are basically trying out to liquidate the other whale. And it's kind of funny how it's a back and forth with CBB now saying, hey, man, Eric Trump, who, by the way, some people expect to be the person behind these accounts. But hey, Eric Trump, send help from the Divine Father to liquidate this guy. So it's a little interesting battle. It's not actually little. It's an interesting battle that's going on. And it's also got a lot of people talking about who this person is. Does he have insider info, or does he have big cojones, some big balls, and is basically trying to make the market believe that he's got some insider info. Anyway, at the same time, Watcher Guru just posted exactly 5 years ago today, Solana officially launched. So that's pretty cool. Basically, yesterday, Solana launched a few years back. Regardless, so tomorrow, or actually the day after tomorrow officially, but Wednesday, we've got ourselves, from each tomorrow, we've got ourselves the Fed interest rate decision, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And basically everything around this will be critical. Most likely nothing's going to happen right now. There's a 99% chance that the Fed will not make any rate cut changes over on March 20th. So, it's basically completely priced in everything, because it's a 99% certainty, right? But if this changes, do expect some carnage. It will be really, really interesting / funny. And the next meeting, by the way, is going to be all the way over on May 7th, so a significant amount away. Regardless, even though right now the market is not doing too much, because we've been talking about it for a while, right? The market ain't doing nothing too crazy. You have to understand that one very particular thing that is happening right now, I think, is the fact that USDT and USDC supplies are still continuing to expand. Now, the reason I think this is quite an important feat, quite an important thing, mostly comes from the idea that, and this is how I see it, right? If USDT and USDC are still going up significantly every single day or week or whatever you want to call it, it basically means that our crypto space, even though you can't see it directly in terms of Bitcoin, etc.'s prices, we're still expanding quite massively. And it's kind of interesting to me that even though a lot of these coin prices are going down, the stablecoin space, and in theory from that perspective, also the amount of money in this cryptocurrency realm is still going up by such massive margins. I think a lot of people are overlooking that when they take a look at how big our industry is, right? They often overlook that when they think of the total cryptocurrency number. On some statistics, I think people included too directly, too accurately, meaning if we're thinking of how big is crypto, right? It should be included, sure. But how big are our altcoins, etc.? Well, stablecoins are not really altcoins in that sense, right? They're not really speculative assets. They're just one-to-one with the dollar. So if we're talking how big is crypto, should be included. You know, how big are the altcoins? Even though stablecoins, theoretically speaking, are, you know, cryptocurrency coins that are not Bitcoin. So altcoins, they're also not, right? And yeah, below that, as you can see right here, I had the XRP giveaway. I noticed a lot of people want this XRP giveaway to happen, and basically said last week or so, a little bit over a week ago, if XRP closes above $2.50, I will give away $200 to 10 people. And it did pretty significant. Let me take a look at this. It was just something you could buy in terms of promotion. Anyway, I was gonna say it did pretty significantly well. As you can see right here, it got a couple 100,000 views on the post, but the price ended up being about let's quickly see here on the close, $249.97. And even though, so we didn't reach it, right? Because obviously it said if it closed above $2.50, I still think it would be a good idea to give this away to some people. So right now it's just asking for some tips as to like, hey, you know, what should we do? Should I just do it along the normal manner of comment, like, repost, and then use a random comment picker and then just post the winners? Or maybe there's a better way to do it. You know, maybe people should show loyalty to something. At first, I thought it might be a good idea to just pick somebody from Instagram comments, because that basically leaves only people that are most dedicated. But then I think a lot of people do not have Instagram, and I do not want to force them to make an account just for this. Regardless, I'm talking about this will again because I don't want to stay too much with this giveaway talk. One of the more interesting takes I've seen was this. By the way, we call that whale, that from yesterday's video, the hyperliquid whale. And this person says the hyperliquid whale strategy was simple. Short a huge amount at high leverage publicly in hyperliquid to gain attention. Long on a centralized exchange at the same time. He expected some market makers and guys would come together to take out liquidation, pushing Bitcoin $1,000 above, and that would trigger a good pump in Bitcoin due to short squeeze, and he would make net profit in his longs. But the MMs and exchanges understood the strategy, and first pushing the price down to liquidate his SEX position, and then push the price much higher to hunt him both sides. Or simply he knows something we don't, and doing insider trading, in this case, we are screwed. Now, even though I won't claim to know exactly what he's doing, I will say this. The probability of him being an insider are quite high, but I think the highest probability is that it's just a trader. For example, we don't know anything more than that, in the sense that we don't know his strategy. We do not know if this is a fully hedged position or what. It could, theoretically speaking, for example, also just be a person who has, or an institution, who has indeed another massive position open on a different platform, where again, he's just DCing both sides with, for example, like a grid bot type of strategy, where as prices go up, he basically takes profit on the one side. As prices go down, he takes profit on the other side. And he just decided to, you know, open it up to the public a little bit by doing it over on Hyperliquid, whereas usually they use it in closed off ecosystems, like on centralized exchanges, for example. Regardless, since we cannot know exactly what's going on or what, all we can see is liquidation prices, it is interesting that they could hunt him down, which again, they've got entire teams for. On the opposite side, I'm thinking, yeah, you got to get a pretty freaking big team together to push the Bitcoin price by $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. Here you can see liquidation of 86.4K, for example. It's quite hard to hunt this down. And if we're talking about hunting it down, well, in this case here, this person has kept on putting more and more money in, more, as you can see right here. Yeah, put a couple $1 million extra in as collateral. We do not know exactly how much money he's got to keep pushing this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's an interesting situation regardless. This whale talk has been really the biggest talk around town right now. And you can see even this person here is updating every single move that he's doing with, again, the whale just buying significantly more and more and more money right now, having $500 million open or something like that. And everybody's watching it. Very, very interesting situation. Most trendy thing right now in crypto, I'd say. Everybody's talking about it. But yeah, I think really, if we're talking crypto-wise, what I've just shown you are all the most important announcements, all the most important things going on right now. And if there's anything else that happens or is interesting or cool, I'll definitely give you guys an update. So stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video somewhere, hopefully later today, tomorrow, depending on what happens. And that's about it.